welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who's been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. We start at 7 o'clock, or in this case, tonight, 6:59. Please be on time. This is common sense. Don't be on your cell phone. Don't text anybody. Don't look at who ate what for dinner on Facebook. Who cares? And please, only one person speaks at a time, and when you do talk, do it loudly so everyone can hear what you have to say. We will sign any and all attendance things that need to be signed. If you put all your stuff out in the box out in the hallway, you can pick it up when we're done with our discussion. Why do we have to sign paper? Can't we sign like tennis shoes or hats? Something like that. The only thing we ask from everybody who comes in here is just be honest. Like I always say, I've been saying this a lot lately, and I truly mean it. If something's good with you right now, share that to show the success of what sobriety is. And if you're having a hard time, please raise your hand and ask for help. That's what you're here for. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes and supports and endorses diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, please welcome them back into our program and do yourself a solid tonight and meet somebody new that you've never spoken with before. Your confidentiality is important to us, but we don't really care about that tonight because you're on live stream across the world. So if you want to not be on camera, get under the table and hide out so no one can see you. Can we really do this and not leave the meeting while it's going on? We read it every week, and then somebody will get up and mosey on out. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it's in progress. And don't litter on our building premises, please. Thank you. And who has the lifestyles?
Good evening, Lorenzo. Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4, refining balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. These are for yourself. Be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to a recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9, recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyles as challenges to triumph over. 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
All right, who's here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting tonight? Hey. Hi, Doc. We're glad you're here. This is what we do at every meeting. Everybody's going to get an opportunity to say who you are and why you're here tonight and possibly how we can help you. Mike, go ahead.
Mike, I come to Racing for Recovery to stay connected and to see all my friends here.
I'm Nick, and I come here because this is where I want to be. So I come here to progress in my life. here for support.
Rick, I'm here for support.
My name is Faye, and I'm here to keep balance in my life.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Sharmony, and I'm here because I'm victorious in our sobriety.
I'm Steven, and I'm here with my son Ben. Support.
I'm Ben. I came here for the goulash, but I'll stay for the support.
All right.
I'm Jeff. I'm here to support my stepbrother, Emily.
I'm Emily. I'm here to stay consistent and to give and get support.
I'm Nathan. I'm here to support my girlfriend Emily.
I'm Jeff. I'm here to stay connected.
I'm Ashley. I'm here to support and learn.
My name's Sandy, haven't been here for a while, but miss all you people. Anyways, we've been coming here for about 18 years, haven't seen you in a while, and it's just good to see everybody, even though we don't know everybody. I love you, Stephanie.
I'm Ryan. I'm here to support Racing for Recovery and everyone else in the room.
It's good to see you guys, and her too, right? Yeah.
I'm Jason. I'm here to maintain my sobriety.
I'm Mike, and I'm here because this is what I do, and it keeps working.
I'm Rob. I'm here to continue on my recovery and for support.
I'm Andy. I'm here for the support. Hello, my name is Shrita. I'm here in my spiritual path.
I'm Holly. I'm here with my brother and for myself. I'm checking it out.
Awesome.
I'm Jillian. I'm here to listen and learn.
I'm AJ. I'm here to support my wife, Jill.
My name's Jalen. I'm here to work on me and remember the dreams I once had and pursue them.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Jo. How are we doing tonight? Racing for Recovery for a peace of mind and a slice of serenity. I love Racing for Recovery.
My name's Joe, and Erica's hiring with Sucks.
My name's Dennis. I'm here for support. My name's Bob. I'm here to learn a new life.
I'm Heather. That's Xander. This is the place where I found I wanted to live for the very first time probably in my life. And this is definitely the place where I'm learning to fully embrace my life now. And I will have 5 months as of 7.
Yeah.
Adam, this place makes me a better person.
I'm Jessica, and I needed to be here tonight for support.
I'm Caitlin. I'm here to better myself.
Justin, I'm here for structure.
I'm Allie, and I'm here because this place taught me how to love myself.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
My name is Kim, and I'm here for the support.
I'm Deanna, and Racing for Recovery's been with me since 2001. It inspires me. It gives me a whole new perspective today. And I'm here so I can be sober and sustain me.
I'm Justin. I'm here to support, to inspire, and to be inspired.
I'm Taylor. I haven't been here in a while because of work, but it's nice to be here. Yeah, I'm here to support you.
I'm Christy. I'm here for the positivity.
I'm Phil. I'm here for hope.
I'm Tamara. I'm here for support and for learning, balance. I'm here coping. My cousin, I'm Stephanie. A lot better than last week. I know this program works. I've worked it. And I'm here to work it again.
I know, kid.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son Steve.
I'm Steve. I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Tiffany. I'm here to learn how to be happy. I'm April, and I'm here for the positivity.
My name's Draven. I'm here because life has never been this good to me, and I've never been this good to life.
I've never heard that. That was good. No prize, but that was good.
I need a hat.
I'm James. I'm just here to figure out the emotions that cause me to pretty much use and mess things up.
I'm Rick, and I'm here to support this great program and the wonderful people in it in memory of my son Jacob.
I'm Mike. I'm here because I value my life today.
I'm Greg. I come because of Nick, and the things that I hear and learn in this room help me to cope.
I'm Bob. I'm on the path and looking forward to the bright future of sobriety.
I'm Zach, and I'm here for new opportunities.
I'm Candy. I'm here for balance and to be honest with myself.
I'm Tracy, and I'm here to continue my sobriety and have a better life. And as of the first, I had 22 months in.
I'm Matt. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm Kathy, and I'm Matt's mom, and I'm here to support him and everyone else. And just wanted to bring up that this date is very significant because it was a year ago exactly on this date that Matthew was, basically it was life or death. And most people think that the deaths can be caused, which mostly it is, by overdosing. Well, he had gone to Arrowhead Detox. It was the second time he had been there. And we had gone to see him. You know, it was the third day he was there, and that's when you start to withdraw the most and have the most difficulties. So we were trying to get in and see him, and they said, you know, he wasn't feeling well, doing well. And as a mother and dad, you know, you kind of get that twinge of anxiety. And then, you know, a few hours later, they called, well, we're just going to send him to the ER to give him some fluids. You know, he's dehydrated. And I'm a nurse, so I understand that. And I thought, well, you know, I'm not going to, you know, again, with that call, it's like something just was not setting right. You know, we knew that he had been doing you know, he was snorting heroin and fentanyl. I guess I just wasn't, I was in denial. I didn't know how bad it was. So anyhow, so they called, okay, they're sending him out. Okay, so I'm like, well, you know, kind of anxious, but, you know, don't think I need to go to ER. They're going to send him back. They said, you know, he'll be back here in a few hours. You know, we'll call you. Well, you know, 4 hours later, I called, and they're like, well, you know, he's still in the ER, and I'm like, okay. So again, getting more anxious, and I called the ER, and they were nice enough to, you know, give me information over the phone and saying, yeah, he should be going back anytime to Arrowhead, and, you know, does he have your number? And I said, yeah, and they're like, well, we'll have him call you. It just, as a mother, it's your internal instincts. I'm like, I've got to go to ER. So, of course, I called his dad right away, and I won't keep going on and on, but so we got there, and anyway, I had never seen this before, even as a nurse, but seeing anyone, but let alone your son, in full-blown drug psychosis and withdrawal is something that you never want to see and that you'll never forget. And I guess I'm just bringing this point up because, you know, things weren't going to just be easy. He wasn't just going to go back to Arrowhead. Things were just going to get worse because he was taking sips of water and it kept drooling out of his mouth. And luckily the ER docs listened, and I said, you know, something's not right. You know, something's going on. He can't even, you know, he can't even take water. And so anyway, so they ordered tests, and you know, when they come back a half an hour or so later, a couple out, I don't know, we stayed with them, and they're like, well, you know, the CT of the brain, everything's good, and we're like, oh, great. But then he goes, he didn't like what he saw. Apparently, again, most people die from overdoses. Well, they don't talk about how they can almost die from the withdrawal, the severe withdrawal of not having that drug. Yeah, and they thought that, they said, well, the other side of the coin is this is an emergency right now, and this isn't good. He may have, they thought that they saw an esophageal tear due to the fact that the severe withdrawal, I don't know how many times he threw up violently at Arrowhead, and then they, thank goodness, sent him to the ER. But he threw up so violently so many times,
50, 100, I don't even know, that they thought he tore his esophagus, which is, it's a big deal, it's an emergency. So they're like, you know, we're gonna have to put him under, and I'm like, oh my God, put him under. He's already, you know, so immune to all the, you know, drugs and everything. They said, well, we're gonna have to put him under, and we're gonna have to send him from St. Luke's ER to MCO because the thoracic surgeon is at MCO. And I'm like, oh my God. We were just, I mean, so it went from, okay, he just needs fluids, to now it's a full emergency. You know, messing around with thoracic surgery, it would not have been good at all. But I mean, if that would have saved his life, yes. So, anyhow, they said, of course, there's risks with putting him under, and they said they were able to do it, but they had to give him 10 times the normal dose. They had to give him 10 times the normal dose they would have of a person that didn't do drugs. 10 times the amount, just to put him out, to make sure. Anyway, to make a long story shorter, this just goes out to, obviously it's not only the addicts, of course they suffer, but it's anyone that's in their life that suffers, whether it's, you know, parent, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. But as a parent, it just, in all my life, that was the worst night of my entire life, our entire lives, because, you know, there's nothing you can do. You're hopeless, you're anxious, you have pain, you have, you just failure. How did he end up here? Oh my God, what could we have done to stop this? I mean, my God, he's a young kid, he's fighting for his life, and anyhow, story turns out good. He was in ICU for like 6 days. Thank God. He had a few small tears, but thank God they said that they were small enough that they closed up on their own. He didn't need surgery, didn't need any of that. He was obviously weak, sick. I mean, sicker than I've ever seen probably anybody, and it was my own son that was that sick. But anyway, I guess I just want to put it out there that yes, the overdoses kill, but so does, you know, withdrawing can also, it can really cause havoc. And I'm just thankful that, you know, last year he got an itsy bitty piece of cake, barely a crumb, because he couldn't eat really, for his birthday, and he was in ICU. And this year, in a few days, it's his birthday. On March 9th, he'll be 26, and we didn't know if we'd ever see that day, and we're just very thankful. We're going to go out to dinner tomorrow and celebrate, and we're just very thankful. This is a, you know, it's just an awesome outcome to what could have been a million different horrible outcomes. So anyway, thank you for listening. I just wanted to vent because today's really hit me hard. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me a second, Todd. I'm Bill. I'm Matt's dad. I was not in denial at all. I've personally and professionally seen upwards of 1,000 young people to their graves due to overdoses of opiates, and seeing the impact on the families and the parents. I usually don't get this way. I usually just say I'm Bill and I'm here for support. But yeah, a year ago, I didn't think we'd be here because I've seen how it turns out the other way. The big problem with Matt was, again, the complications from withdrawal. which is usually not the way it goes. It's usually just a straight up overdose, hot shot, and you're dead. You don't even know it. But there's also the problem, you know, anesthesiology remains extremely dangerous all over the world. You know, the United States is the most advanced. But you know, there was probably going to be a NCAA star football player from North Carolina, high school kid, star football player, went in to get some surgery in his knee, just routine surgery in his knee, and you know, the anesthesiology, anybody that goes under, there's a significant risk you're not going to come out. You know, people don't even think about it or talk about it. But when you're addicted to opiates, particularly fentanyl, which is really the biggest problem, anesthesiology becomes incredibly dangerous. It's dangerous to begin with, but when you've got to jack the dosage through the roof to get the effect, the risk of death becomes overwhelming. And when you've got a surgery that needs to be performed, because if you don't do the surgery, the patient's going to die. But if you do the surgery, the patient's going to die. It was a nightmare. So I'm very grateful to be here. I'm incredibly appreciative of this program, which has given us all a new lease on life. But it's just so devastating for me because the consequences strike home. I've seen them personally, and it remains, you know, it has an incredible impact on me, which I'm still trying to cope with.
Hi, I'm Rick. I'm here for stability and structure.
Todd, I gotta get it out before I run out of gas, man. I'm not from here. I'm from a different state and whatnot, and when I came here, I had a bucket of bad issues. Drugs and you name it, it was there. But I just want to say thank you very much for starting this program, and thank all the people in this room for the support that have come together and provided me with what I needed to get my life back on track. I'm 9, 10, I quit counting, but I'm 9, 10 months clean from everything. I quit drugging, I quit smoking, I quit chewing, I quit bullshitting. I learned mindfulness, I learned willfulness, I learned how to set up boundaries. You know, I'm fucking running every day. I mean, I hit the gym now. I mean, I'm just step by step trying to improve my life, and I stand because I want you to know how appreciative I am, and I'm not going to be around much longer. I'm going back home. But this program saved my life, 100%, and my family's lives, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, I follow that.
Dude, I wanted to wait, but there's even shit I didn't say that I wanted to say, you know? But I'm profoundly thankful, man. And I know you hear it every day, this program's like no other program, but I mean, I have a lifetime of record and jail time and shit that is unbelievable, you know? And this program, there's nothing like this anywhere else, man. There's nothing like this. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. I wish you could branch out. I know that's probably extremely hard, but people around the world deserve this opportunity that you offered. It's unfreaking believable, man.
Amen.
I'm Chris, and I'm on with this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeff, and I come here for these stories I just had right over by me and to learn from this wisdom.
I'm Renee, and I'm here for support.
I'm David, I'm here for balance.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here because this is the best place to be.
My name's Joe, and I'm here tonight as a symbol of hope for the people that won't make it home tonight.
All right, let me get some more information. I'm Heather, and I'm here.
To check in after doing everything right and doing everything I was supposed to do. And still had my daughter ripped away from me. So I just wanted to come back to stay focused and stay doing everything I'm supposed to be doing.
That's right. That's right. It's good to see you.
I'm RJ, I'm here, I'm growing. I'm Ryan, I'm here to continue living my life to the fullest. I'm Brian, I'm here to figure out who I am. Here to learn today, so.
I'm Lorenzo. I'm grateful to be here, man. For real. This place works. And I love hearing stories like that, man. Seeing people really appreciative of this, man. Like I know how appreciative I am, man. Nothing's worked for me either in a long time, and this place is working. I love family night. I welcome all the families and friends that come here to support people, for real, especially Mike and his mom. But I love that, man. I can't wait to get that back, man. And I love seeing family night, seriously.
I'm Beth, and I'm here with Heather.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm here because I want to be here.
I'm TJ, I'm here to remain teachable, and I was right out here in the night to recognize the training for my parents.
That's good, Lee.
Christian, I'm here to make better choices.
Josh, I'm here to keep growing. Brian, I'm here for support.
I'm Scott, I'm here because I want to be here.
I'm Nick. I'm here to check out the racing vibe and came to see some friends.
I'm Tony. I'm here to relive, learn, love life without the use of drugs.
My name is Rick. I'm here because I'm saving my own life here.
Oh boy. Who's up? Very close.
I'm Darlene. I'm Mike in the Corner's mom. I'm here to support
Mike in the Corner. I'm here to listen and learn. I'm Tom. I'm Mike in the Corner's dad.
All right. Anyway, Tom. Go ahead, Brittany. Somebody.
Phil.
Yep.
I'm here to learn.
All right.
TJ, here to keep moving forward.
I'm Amy. I'm here to reach my true potential.
I'm Brittany. I'm here because this place has helped change my life and give me the success that I have gotten so far.
Right on. Anyway.
I'm Levi, and I'm here to have a good time.
I'm Todd, and I'm here to witness the awesomeness that is the people that make Racing for Recovery the awesome thing that it is. That's I love just listening to people. Phenomenal. Okay, who has the answer by Mr. D. Carr?
The answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so begins Racing for Recovery.
Okay, a couple quick things, and then we'll get at it. Kitchen thank yous. Hoffy, Lorenzo, Chris, Caitlin, Joe Soto, and Dave, thank you very much for the goulash. Right? Who ate tonight? Raise your hand. Right? Well, these guys, yeah, I am going to say this tonight with respect to the dinner. We put on that dinner every Thursday, and then we do one on Friday mornings for people, no cost. That's a donation that Racing for Recovery makes every year for over $25,000. It's not, I've never talked about the money stuff publicly, but I'm just saying that because it brings people together that helps rebuild families like that. And that's why we're willing to invest whatever money we have to make people feel welcome, sit down and have a meal, meet somebody new, and share awesome stories like that. But it takes people like I read that will cook it and put it together. Even your mom, Karen, for making the brownies, which I only had one of tonight. Self-control. But it takes people also to clean it up. So if you want to volunteer, please help us clean up afterwards. That'd be awesome. What else do I want to do? We have our new shirts, our Choice Not Luck t-shirts are in. We have a podcast airing again tonight. And I think, Rick, it's you?
Okay.
I'm not sure. If it is you, it's Rick. If it's not Rick, it's somebody else. I don't know who it is. But if Rick's not on tonight, he'll be on next week. But a new podcast tonight. If you're on social media, which I think everybody is, please share that and get that out so people can watch and hopefully they'll tune in to our support group meeting. Okay, how about we do this for a topic? Two things I want to talk about. When I heard Kathy and Bill talk about their awesome son, Matt, I wrote down gratitude, and then the one thing I wrote down here was we never have to hurt ourselves or others again. And that's what makes Racing for Recovery, with combining everybody who's been affected by addiction, in my opinion, the best thing that's out there. So what's it like to know that you're not hurting anybody again? And then also, too, with respect to hurt, I don't like bringing this up, but I'm going to because we have one of our members, awesome girl, who has over a year of sobriety. And because she was tired from the hard days of work and doing some other stuff, somebody made the assumption that she was using drugs and started doing the old gossip bug again. And this person was hurt very badly by that. They came in and demanded to take a drug screen, which was negative. They're sober. But talking to her more about how she really felt about that, one of the things that struck me the most was she said that she thought she had friends that she could count on and trust, and now she's afraid of opening up. And I took this a step farther the other day when I was in IOP. God forbid that if that girl or anybody else who was being gossiped about made a choice to self-destruct in some capacity and didn't make it, think about that if you were the one talking shit and that was on your soul for the rest of your life. Okay? So when you're talking like that about somebody's on the other end of that, and it can kill somebody. So please don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what Racing for Recovery does. If you think somebody's using, go ask them. I'm concerned. Are you okay? But don't make an assumption about somebody because they're tired from work and say they're using drugs and start spreading that. It hurts people terribly. They could have ended up the way Matt was and didn't make it. So let's just talk about how good it is to be not hurting anyone, including ourselves or our families, anymore. Want me to restate that? Go ahead, Joe.
I've caused a lot of pain to my family and the people that I love about, and a lot of people I don't know throughout my course of choosing to do bad things and make bad decisions. And I have been here before. Now that I'm back here and I'm doing good, I'm truly growing, and I'm making amazing progress. I'm very proud. It's hard to understand how good it feels and the emotions behind truly knowing I don't ever have to hurt myself or anyone else again. That's good. I've even brought that up in a support group or IOP, I don't remember, recently, that like it was heartbreaking to know that my mom had gone through some really hard times when I was in jail, caused her a lot of pain, and the way that it affected her, it broke my heart to know that I caused that pain. And to hear her voice when I talk to her on the phone now, and she knows how good I'm doing, it's amazing.
That's good. That's good. It's still a horrible jersey, but I love what you said. I think you're awesome. Jason, you're out, buddy.
It's funny you brought that up. Like, so I got a text actually on my way here, and it's crazy that, well, yesterday I talked to my son on the phone, and we had spent a couple days together and stuff like that, and we got to do some stuff, and I haven't like done any, because I've been like working and doing this and stuff like that. I mean, I've been getting him and stuff like that and spending time with him, but I actually got to spend some time with him, you know. like go do some things. And he's like, I like this dad. And I was like, what do you mean you like what? You like hanging out, or what do you know? He's like, I like this dad, you know. And I was like, that's awesome. But actually, on my way here, it's been a little bit slow work-wise or whatever. Not like slow, but a little bit slow. And like, so like my fiance, which I just got back recently, got a home back, and everything's came back to me since I've been sober, and it's been flipping awesome. She's like, I so have enjoyed like spending like time with you. Awesome. You're not being an a-hole. Appropriate. Okay. Being an a-hole, and you're like thinking clearly and not just blowing up at situations and stuff like that. And I am grateful for a lot of the stuff and people that I've met here. Rick's been working with me, and like me and him gets to talk throughout the day just about life and stuff like that, you know, and get to help each other through little situations, and you know, talk to each other and stuff like that. And you used not to be able to do that because it's hard to trust people. You know, you was just talking about that. It's hard to spill your guts out to somebody that you barely even know, for one thing, and you know that talking, it happens. Yeah. And especially in here, been a couple people I've befriended in here, and you know, I felt that, I ain't gonna lie, but I kept it to myself, whatever, you know, and you know, and it is hard when you go making assumptions of people and stuff like that, but I'm very grateful for this place and what it offers, and the people in it, and stuff like that.
I'm glad you're doing well, buddy.
Thank you.
Dave, you're on, buddy.
Yeah, I struggle with it, thinking about all the damage I've done, because I never thought of it. You know, I understand the stress I put on my mother, my father, my sisters and brothers, and we have a big family, and this last Saturday was the first time in 5 years I've seen my sister, and that was really cool. I'm repairing the damages that I've done because I'm asking questions. You know, that's what this program taught me, is just to keep asking why. And I was always asking why for me. I never flipped that script, like you said to me, like flip the script, ask them why, like give them a chance, because I don't understand what kind of damage I've done to my 10-year-old son. And like, you know, he's back in my life. You know, I'm not focused on what I've done to hurt me, what I've done to me. I've actually got a chance to just sit back and just really look at it, and I understand, like, now I get it. Like, I've said this before, like, I've never walked in my son's mom's house in 9 years, but I tore that house to pieces, and I still don't realize it, and she's still telling me, like, little bits, like, she doesn't want to throw it all on me, but she's like, you look at this one happened, we had to move because of this, you weren't paying child support, you know, whatever the case was, and I just never got it because I was still stuck with my addiction, and it didn't matter to me, like, oh, he's okay, and, you know, 10-year-old kid, he's not okay, you know, and I'm trying to repair the relationship with my daughter. She'll be 14 tomorrow. That's hard. You know, I haven't seen her a couple years, and because of the damage I've caused, and that's, to me, that's very hard. So I really got to think about that. Like Joe was saying about his mom. You know, my mom doesn't talk to me for good reasons. Like, I have to understand it's a good reason that she didn't talk to me. I was not nice. I wasn't good. And she said, last time I talked to my sister, she said, Mom said you're dead still. I said, she said she's glad you're where you're at now. She's like, but she'd rather know that you were dead and not thinking enough because you were gonna die. And you know, that hurts. But she was right. I was in my, you know, one time like an overdose, and hearing those things ring in my head. That's why I got to come to these meetings. I got to hear that stuff. I got to hear this lady back here what they went through with their son. So now I know what my mom went through, and that helps me grow.
I want to say this as we continue on, just on a, dare I use the word clinical in this. I don't want anybody walking out of this meeting tonight beating themselves up for what they've done. That's not what we're doing here, okay? I mean, it's hurtful, but immediately flip that to grace and gratitude of I'm not doing it anymore. It's over, right? It's over. But it's like a hurricane. There's a lot of stuff to clean up, but grab a shovel. But please don't, if you're internalizing this right now, raise your hand or talk to somebody after the meeting. Do not leave this building with I suck, I effed up, I'm terrible. Don't do that, because that's not what the point of this is. The point of this is to completely have gratitude that we're not doing that anymore. We're all alive, we all got an opportunity to keep going and heal from this stuff and never do it again. Right? That's different. That took courage. That was awesome. Tiffany, you're up.
Honestly, I really didn't realize how much I hurt my parents and just my brother and my nephews. My brother, he didn't really have anybody in Ohio, so he literally relocated to Florida because he didn't even consider me his family anymore. And that really fucking hurts. My dad passed away like a year and a half ago, so, well, who I consider my dad. Our dad passed away like a year and a half ago, and after that, my brother left, and I told my brother I joined this program, and I was planning on joining the program, and my brother is moving back, because, my brother is moving back, because he's so happy for me, and he wants my nephews to be a part of my life, and I'm just so fucking excited. They're going to be able to come to next Saturday, come to game night, and I'm just like meeting my nephews for the first time in 2 years, so
awesome.
I'm fucking happy. And
Right.
it's like, and I've been answering questions for my parents, a lot of things that I lied about. I told them, like, shoot, I'll tell you the truth now. It's like, I didn't realize how much I really continually lied about stupid things I didn't have to lie about. So it's like, I used to get upset when they would accuse me of things that I didn't do, but how can I be upset with them when I'm the one who caused that pain? Because I was lying about him, like, so much shit, like, so much things. Like, I just need to realize that I put myself there, and I'm not upset with myself anymore. Like, all I need to do is answer questions for them and just keep continually proving them wrong so that they do get that trust back and get my family back finally. So
Awesome. Awesome. Rick, go ahead.
First, I want to say, God bless you guys, Matt. It's awesome that you guys, and the strength and power of your family's love is what's getting you through and is going to continue to save you guys and keep you going, so that's awesome. But the continued blessing of not putting, your family and your presence here on earth, you're still here and you're still alive, and you've passed that stuff. The gift that you've given people by being here is, you'll never understand, what you've saved your family members and loved ones from. It's something that's every day. I was thinking about, one of our friends from here, she posted, a picture of her daughter that she lost a couple years ago, and it's like those birthdays, those anniversaries of their loss, the holidays, and just every day, So you're being here, yeah, sure, there's going to be problems, and there's things that have to be worked out along the way, and, amends to be made and all that stuff, but you're alive, and your loved ones still love you no matter what, and they're, by you doing the right thing every day and proving yourselves, then you win those things back, and you get the trust from your family back. The love's always there. That's unconditional, but just, everybody has to protect themselves. The families have to protect themselves at times, and that tough love thing is very hard. I was shitty at it. But, your presence, your being alive, you're one more day, and you're, one more day stronger is an awesome gift that you're giving people. So don't ever beat yourself up about the past. Just look ahead to what you got, ahead of you.
Brittany, go ahead.
So I acknowledge that I've done a lot of wrongdoing. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I more acknowledge the fact that that's not who I am. I am not. Every decision that I've made, especially when my decisions have been made under the influence of drugs and alcohol, I've had to do some deep digging to see what the real cause of those actions were, why I might react the ways that I'm reacting, and I'm grateful today that I'm able to see that more often. I'm not hurting. I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes, but the mistakes that I make now are not going to be as bad as what they were before. I realize that with sobriety, anything is possible, including failures. And I'm going to not just look at those as failures, but I'm looking at those as opportunities for growth and lessons to learn. And as long as I continue to do that, I know that I'm not going to cause the pain that I used to cause. Again, I'm human, and I acknowledge the fact that I am human, and I'm going to make mistakes. But I forgive myself for the things that I've done in the past, and I'm going to continue to work on that and not press the issue with my family. I'm going to continue to work on me internally, because that's the best way that I can go about seeking forgiveness, seeking the forgiveness of myself. That everything else is in their time, and I'll be willing and accepting of the questions that they have when they do arise. But the best thing that I can do for anybody that I do come into contact with is to be my genuine self and be human.
Are you human?
I am human.
Jeff.
Hey everyone. First of all, I don't suck. Second of all, I have 90 days today. You know, if you haven't been in this room to hear some of the damage that I've caused, today's not that day. You just missed it. Today's a day for grace and gratitude. And if you're sick of hearing me talk about my mom, plug your ears. You know, I come in here and I say that I don't have any bad days anymore. I have some days that are worse than other days. And I mean that. I don't have bad days anymore. But my mom said something to me today that, like, is choking me up right fucking now. She doesn't have bad days anymore, you know, and that's powerful. You don't realize really what you did until other people start to recover from what you've done also. And, you know, Todd, no offense, didn't do this for me, but he gave me the framework to do this for myself.
That's right.
I put a lot of work into those 90 days.
That's right.
So I deserve to feel good about them, but my family deserves to feel good from that work too, you know? And, you know, I have reservations about talking in here just like anybody else. I don't want somebody to take the words that I say and, you know, misconstrue them or talk about it somewhere, but if my words can keep somebody from leading astray, then they have infinite value. You know, if I can say something that keeps somebody from messing up the same way that I did, then it's a crime not to say that.
That's right.
In my opinion. And, you know, because other people have shared their stories in here, I have my family back, you know. I have my daughter on the way. I'm about to get my license back. I have a job, you know. I have my life. I got my life back because you all share in here. And for that, I'm infinitely grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Brittany. Other Brittany. There's Brittany.
I just, the fact that you said that we never have to hurt our family again, it's awesome. Like, I know I've put my family and friends and anybody that loved me, I just put them through hell and back. That's why, like, I've been doing so good, and to hear my mom tell me that she doesn't have to worry about me dying every day. She doesn't have to worry about that phone call anymore. My mom used to say that she felt like I was the safest, like she had her best nights when I was in jail because she knew that I was alive. I talked to her on the phone today, and we were kind of talking about this, that she actually is able to start living her life again and not have to worry about whether I'm dead or alive. Or, you know, if I don't answer my phone right away, she's no longer thinking that I'm dead, you know, or it's just, it's so crazy because when you go into sobriety, you start realizing what you've done, how your actions have affected other people. And like, I just know now that everything I do is to give my parents that comfort again. And I don't ever want to do anything to ruin that. I know that I do have some good friends, and I know I have people that look up to me, and I don't want to do anything to ruin that. And, you know, I just have too many people counting on me. I know I would break people's hearts that if I was using again or making poor choices. So just the fact that I don't have to hurt anybody ever again feels awesome in my past.
That's good. Allie.
Yesterday was the first unsupervised visit that I had with my son, and I brought him to the building because it saved my life, and I know that I wouldn't have been able to have yesterday's visit. I wouldn't have come here, and like, he knew that I was in lodging for 7 months, so when he got to the building, he was like, "Mom, are you gonna show me your room?" And I was like, "I didn't sleep here." He was like, "Why?" I'm like, "Well, because you can't sleep in the building." But I just love that everyone that was here yesterday was like so nice to him and so welcoming, and I just want to say how much I love it here, and I love all the people here and how grateful I am to this program, because if it weren't for this, I wouldn't have been able to be with my son by myself yesterday for the first time in over a year.
Wow. I just want to say that, you know, Stephanie, Ron and Sandy and Mike and, you know, Rick, were you ever at the church?
No.
Okay, so the veterans, you think of how far this has come from sitting at church 18, 19 years ago to hearing this stuff out here. It's phenomenal. And you were a part of it then, young lady, and you're a part of it now. You just had a deep, that's all.
I don't know so much young, but
I'm trying to be polite. But think of that, like it's like it's grown so much just to hear that kind of stuff. It's awesome. Wow.
Because this doesn't exist anywhere else, Todd. I'm telling you.
He has to.
Where are you from, buddy?
From mid-Michigan.
Well, tell everybody to watch us on the live stream until we can get it up there.
Oh, I got people watching it. I told people up there that run classes and stuff that, like, this is it's crazy, man. You guys care, you know. It's unbelievable. It really is.
Hey Todd, you need to have him talk to my PO, man.
My PO don't even understand it.
Listen, I'm not going to say a name.
It's like, this is a weird signature.
We won't say a name on this, but true story. We were talking before this, and there's a PO that won't allow Justin to come here because it's not structured. And Justin saying, but all my peer support is there, which is one of the main things that people who are counselors or probation officers, they want you to have, and they said, well, no, you can't go there.
That's because, like you said up here, it's not a 12-step program, you know, like AA, NA, they're step programs, they're structured. It provides the same thing without shoving something down your throat, which is really, you know, I'm fortunate that mine didn't stop me, but.
We'll take that. It'll be all right.
I'd like to see that for probation violation hold up in court.
It'll be okay.
Is that Seneca County?
No.
Okay.
No. If it is, can you do something about that?
Probably not.
Oh, that's great. We got 3 more people, and we have 5 minutes. Graven, you're up.
So, I'd like to talk a little bit about gratitude. Through the knowledge that this program provides, not just through the IOPs and 101s, the knowledge about bettering life as a whole with the exercise and nutrition values. I was so ecstatic and enthused about it. I share with my family, who now practices plant-based diets certain days of the week. And like my father, he's really unhealthy, but now he's drinking water and he's exercising, and he sends me updates of his morning walks, and you know, it really is, man. And it's not, it affects more than just myself. It's affecting the people that love and care about me. And now to see that I'm inspiring these people in my life when I couldn't even, you know, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And it's all because of essentially me.
Yes.
You know, you guys just gave me the option to do what I wanted to do.
That's right.
And I'm taking it with full force with everything I can, and really trying to do the best that I can do. And to know that I'm not hurting the people that love me anymore is a great feeling. I never realized the severity of the impact I had on the ones that cared about me until one day I came clean with someone and told them I did something bad. And this role model of mine just broke down. I've never seen him cry before, and he was just really shook about that. And you know, I give him updates, and I'm still trying to gain the trust back, but only with time and just hard work. It'll all come back, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Right on. Stephen.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 69 on my next birthday, which is a month from now. And when back in the day, I was always accused of wearing my emotions on my sleeve. And as I got older, they went up into my face. So if I can get through this, I'm gonna be really lucky. Ben was 3 years old when I was in Flower Hospital, going through withdrawal, almost died. They wouldn't let the family come and see me because I was so out of it that I couldn't sign the slip allowing them to come. They wouldn't tell my wife if I had lived through the night. And so it was really hard for her to understand what was going on because she had no clue that I was eating 8 to 10 Vicodin every day. On my 40th birthday, I dumped my last 8 of them in the toilet, along with my last pack of cigarettes, and been kind of white knuckles since then. And I ran into you cats up in Sylvania. Stephanie, hi. I went to that. I was in that room too. And there's a guy here. I play guitar, so that's what I got into. It's taking up my time. It's keeping me going. But there's a guy here that had an ad in Craigslist for a pick guard that had guitar pickups in it. And I wanted to buy it. I had no clue this was here. This is only a month or 2 ago. I called him, and he said, yeah, I'm down here. He gave me the address. When I came here, I'm like, holy shit. Right. I said, oh, right, Todd. Yeah, I'm so thankful because here's for him.
Matt sold it to you, right, Steve? Huh? Matt sold it to you?
Yeah.
I know him. Renzo, you got 1 minute. That's why I was waiting until last.
I get real talking like hurting people and stuff, and I know when I heard Matt's mom saying what she was saying, initially, my mom's never said that to me personally, but I'm pretty sure if she did, like her story would be pretty similar. Shit I put her through was pretty bad, and I know because of this week I've had, usually I'll be beating myself up here and that, be moping, I'll be salty, but because of the week I've had, the IOPs I've had, the one-on-ones I've had, this place has given me a lot of tools and suggestions that I put into action that I'm using today, and it's really helping me, man, and for that I'm grateful. I realize like I don't have to sulk about doing that to my mother. It gives me more motivation to fix that problem and make up for that and make her proud by not continuing to do that. I made a big improvement since I've been here, a lot. and I don't give myself enough credit. But I definitely am today, man, and it was a beautiful meeting, man. Cause like my family issues are really deep, man, and I don't have them experiences with me, but I live vicariously through all y'all's families for real. And I love the fact that like having people here like family to me too, man. Seriously, and for that I'm grateful as hell.
Awesome. Who has our closing poem?
Autobiography, 5 Short Chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in, I am lost, I am hopeless. It isn't my fault, it takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again, I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everybody.